Picture this. You've just arrived in a new country, your phone battery is dying, and you need to get to your hotel. You see a taxi, but suddenly you freeze. What do you say? How do you make sure you get there safely and don't get overcharged? Today, we're going to solve this problem together by learning 5 essential phrases that will transform you from a nervous tourist into a confident taxi passenger. Let's start with the most important moment when you first approach the taxi. You need to clearly communicate where you want to go. The phrase you need is simple but powerful. Could you take me to followed by your destination? For example, could you take me to the Grand Hotel on 5th Avenue? This phrase is polite and direct. Notice that we use could you instead of can you because it sounds more respectful. And being polite always gets better results when traveling. If you have the address written down or on your phone, you can show it to the driver and say, "Could you take me to this address?" This eliminates any confusion about pronunciation or street names. Now, before you even get into the taxi, here's a critical phrase that can save you money and prevent uncomfortable situations. Ask, "How much will it cost to get there?" Or the simpler version, "How much to the Grand Hotel?" This is crucial because in many countries, especially tourist areas, some taxi drivers might try to charge you inflated prices if they sense you unfamiliar with the local rates. By asking upfront, you establish that you're informed and careful. If the price seems too high, you can politely say that seems expensive and either negotiate or find another taxi. Remember, it's always easier to clarify the price before starting the journey than to argue about it at the end. Once you're in the taxi and on your way, you might need to give additional directions or make sure the driver knows the best route. Here's where our third phrase comes in handy. Could you take the fastest route, please? This tells the driver that you're aware there might be different ways to reach your destination, and you'd prefer not to take a longer scenic route that costs more money. If you know the city a bit and have checked a map, you might also say, "I think it is near the central station," or "It is close to the main square." This shows the driver that you have some knowledge of the area, which can discourage any ideas about taking advantage of tourists. Sometimes during the ride, you might realize you need to make a quick stop, or perhaps you want to ensure the driver is going the right way. That's when you'll use could you. Stop here for a moment. This works if you need to grab something from a store or if you want to double-check the location. If you're concerned about the route and it looks wrong based on your map or gut feeling, you can politely ask, "Excuse me, is this the right way to the hotel?" Don't be afraid to speak up. Most drivers are honest and will appreciate your attention. And if something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts. Finally, when you arrive at your destination, you need to handle the payment smoothly. The essential phrase here is, "Do you accept credit cards? Or can I pay by card?" In today's world, many taxis accept card payments, but it's always better to confirm before you arrive. If they only accept cash, you'll have time to prepare the money during the ride. When paying, you might also want to ask, "Could I have a receipt, please?" This is important for keeping track of your expenses and having proof of the journey. If you're happy with the service, you can add, "Keep the change for a small tip," which is customary in many countries and helps build goodwill. Let's quickly review these 5 essential phrases. First, could you take me to with your destination to start the journey clearly? Second, how much will it cost to establish the price up front and avoid surprises? Third, could you take the fastest route, please, to ensure you're not being taken on an unnecessarily long journey? Fourth, could you stop here for a moment? Or is this the right way to maintain control during the ride? And fifth, do you accept credit cards to handle payments smoothly at the end? But beyond these phrases, here are a few bonus tips for taxi safety. Always try to use official taxis or reputable ride-sharing apps when possible. Before getting in, take a photo of the taxi's license plate and share your location with a friend or family member. Sit in the back seat, keep your belongings close, and stay alert. If something feels wrong, trust your instincts and ask to be let out in a safe public area. Remember, the key to confident travel isn't just knowing the language. It's about combining that knowledge with awareness and common sense. These 5 phrases will help you communicate clearly. But your attitude matters too. Speak with confidence, be polite but firm, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Taxi drivers around the world deal with tourists every day, and most of them want to help you have a good experience in their city. Practice these phrases before your trip. Say them out loud in front of a mirror. Imagine different scenarios and how you would respond. The more comfortable you are with these expressions, the more natural they'll feel when you're actually in that taxi in a foreign country. Language is your tool for independence when traveling, and these 5 phrases are some of the most practical tools you can carry with you. So the next time you're standing outside an airport or train station in a new country, looking for a taxi, you'll know exactly what to say. You'll walk up confidently, communicate clearly, and arrive at your destination safely and without stress. That's the power of preparation and knowing just the right words at the right time. Safe travels. And remember, every journey begins with a single phrase. Make sure it's the right one.